Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to September the 1st. Ooh, guys, I just wanted to peep in and chat with you for a bit. Interesting energies out here, interesting. We got so we're shifting into getting closer to the autumnal equinox. We are in the season of Mabon. The wheel is turning into the second phase of our harvest. And we've got massive retrograding across the board astrologically, and we're in Virgo season. So good morning. It is important to stay focused in your own energy right now. Make checklists, clear out, get organized. Let's juice the remainder of the waning sun. We are, I think if you're in garden life, we're talking on the wheel of the year and beautiful, lovely, abundant energy of our mother Gaia. If you're on the wheel of the year, you're thinking in terms of you have a lot of harvest coming in. Mind you, Saturn retrograde, we're reaping what we've sown, so maybe you don't, maybe you do. But if you were gardening and working the land, right now you would be in massive like canning, food drying, storage, preparation energy to move toward the last phase of harvest and be prepared for the winter. So on an energetic level, what we are feeling is energetic organization, energetic prep work to sustain us when we have less fruit coming in, when we have less energy, literally from the sun, but on a vibrational level, I'm speaking here. We are storing within ourselves, and we need to evaluate our fruits. We need to evaluate our money. We need to evaluate our emotional, what we've reaped emotionally, spiritually, energetically as well. Cleaning house, straightening up, making organization, tying off loose ends, cutting cords, energetically grounding and becoming stable within ourselves as well. And we're feeling this slow shift on an energetic level, as well as within the planets, and the collective energy leading us into September. And I just wanted to talk to you. If I talk to you, I'm gonna pull some cards. So I just wanted to chat with you, encourage you. There's been a huge intensity. I think I've been talking to, if you're in my group of full moon people, and we read together and touch it with each other monthly. Excuse me, I do new moon readings as well, but mainly every month. We have a group of full moon people that I've had going on for some years now. But listen, I've been speaking on the message, and you can go back to July. Saturn has been in retrograde all year long. If I'm not mistaken, I think it completes in December. I'm sorry, no, in October. Sorry. Saturn being the lord of karma and time. He's the big daddy gateway in the sky, right? And on a classic interpretation, some things have changed, but he collects the tickets. He checks the debt. I've been talking about a lot, and it's been channeled through many on an energetic level and tarot and all kinds of different you can feel the frequency that when Saturn went retrograde in Aquarius, it was very much time to remove all cyclical, karmic contracts, agreements, things where you think of the World card in the tarot. It was time for things to come to be collected. I think of a debt collector knocking on the doors. I think of, all these metaphors come to mind, and I know I've talked about them with my full moon people, and I've referred to some of them in other videos, but it's much like getting ready to hike out on the new trail. This is us in the summer, and we're evaluating our backpack, and we have to alleviate, we have to pack light, you know, something, you call them stones, you gonna hurt your back. Are you with me? Erica, shout out. Erica Badu. It's time to pack light. Pack light. And Virgo season is helping us come back round and evaluate what we've been. So the contracts have been completing. And this is playing out deeply on a relationship level. That's how I feel it. That is my perception and my experience in this 3D way, right? This has already been playing out. The gears are already shifting in motion, right? And it's not to say that people that have chosen not to do their own shadow work and their own healing and their own progression on their own path are wrong, good, bad, better than. But okay, this lower frequency energy is having to check to come round and pay the dues. And those that are meant to evolve and evolve and evolve. And as we moved up through the Lionsgate portal, and even more things were being burned away from us so we could experience the true root of abundance, the true root of receiving the fruits of our labor. And this is in spirit as well as in other more monetary 3D ways, right? Because it starts up there first before it trickles down to physical form. But so here's what I'm saying. As a lot of these planets, and child, let me tell you, I was gonna try to get a chart to look at. But anyway, I want to say there's like, we've got Saturn still in retrograde. Jupiter went retrograde right after the Lionsgate portal. Or was it right in the beginning? No, right at the end of the Lionsgate portal. We've got Uranus in retrograde, Pluto in retrograde, Mars is in pre-shadow. Guys, it's like the wheels in the sky have been turning, right? You know? Collections have been coming due. All chords, hear me now on an energetically resonant level in your spirit. All chords connected to those who are evolving, to those who are doing their shadow work, to those who are trying to grow into the higher frequency, more into the higher frequency, more into the higher frequency. What am I thinking of? You shall not pass. There is just, it just can't, you can't hold all the cords. All the cords cannot stay attached to you. Not anymore. If you are watching this right now, a lot of people use the word light worker, and it's okay, you know, but we also have shamans, we have healers, we have, it's a different frequency of energy. You know, don't get me started on people saying that they're spiritual, but, what was it? Something about, what was it talking about? The devil is an angel too. You're going to have to be more specific or something like that. Okay. You get what I'm speaking on? Now, I embrace duality. I've been in deep phases of shadow, and I've learned and walked a lot, and I know my demons and my shadows and all these things, right? We can speak on that another time. But what I'm saying is, when people are attracted to me in this tribe, in my soul family, and in the group, and when I put out my beacon out in the ethers, and people recognize me and they are drawn to me, I know how we move. I know how our heart chakras and our ancestral lineage runs through us. I know who we come from. I know what we've come to do. And that doesn't mean we're all tarot readers and stuff like that. You know, we are all working to raise the higher frequency because of our heart space and how we show up wherever we are. And I know that about us. So I know who I'm speaking to. Right? And all of these planets, now we've been doing all of this work and all this retrograde, it's like the wheel in the sky is like choo 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 choo. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it in my mind. We went through that Lionsgate portal, and then Jupiter went retrograde. Jupiter is the great benefic, you know, and all the benefits of all the work and all the high frequency heart alignment, you know, root in the open heart space, type of energy, type of beings, okay? were brought up and up and up and blessed and blessed and blessed energetically, spiritually, and all the way down. Now then Jupiter went retrograde and we all paused. And Saturn said, I've been giving everyone time to recollect, to understand, to integrate, to change, to learn their lessons, to say their truths, to bring peace to what needed to bring peace to give forgiveness, to go out, right? It's like you're looking at a ticket and you're like, all right, this plane is taking off in September. Or this plane is taking off after the Lionsgate portal is closed. However that resonates for you. So Saturn may have said, you guys have got a checklist that you've got to work on. If you want to pass the test, you've got to be a A/B student. Now you have until X amount of time on the karma clock this year to be able to check that ticket. Now, woe to those who had a list on their tickets they knew they need to come right with energetically, emotionally, in relationships, in business, in character, in integrity, in truth, in apologies, and forget whatever, right? And I'm going to tell you, intuitively, it's just been playing out a lot in relationships, whether it's family members, romantic partners, best friends, whatever the case may be. So now here we are, all these planets ticking down, right? Now it's time. And Saturn has been, and these planets, the movement of the energy have been taking us to and fro, and even having one big push. And the Lionsgate portal. Hey, listen, if you want to walk through a few more rings of fire here, you can maybe play catch up. You can maybe play catch up and burn off some of this dross you were still carrying, even though we've been telling you, we've been working on it. Your guides, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your higher self, they've been working with you. Have you been doing the work? Did you study? How many study guides have you had? How many times have we come back to the study guides to highlight okay, we're still here with this, and even speaking to us on a higher frequency level, it's been like, okay, listen, you're still dragging that student along who's trying to cheat off your test, babe. You've passed this test. Okay, why are we not going to sit down in the regular class and sacrifice the progression of ourselves because they can't keep cheating off your test. You cannot bring them on this path with you because they've not emptied their backpack. Backpack is too heavy. They cannot get on the plane because they had a list. They knew they had to have these things done to be able to get on this flight up here instead of being held back to the low flight or not getting on the flight at all. You get what I'm saying? I'm metaphorically speaking here. So now what I want us to be aware of, and Virgo season will help us with, if we're doing our work, if we're organizing, if we're self-love, self-care, getting grounded in nature, if we are, if we are keeping our eyes focused forward, if we are looking at what is right in front of us in the present time, being grounded, and saying, what is my fruit? Let me evaluate my fruit. Here I am with what I have, and I'm going to organize, and I'm going to make lists, and I'm going to be efficient in myself because I know I'm about to get on the plane. Okay. Now, with these planets, all these planets going in retrograde, I want us to be forewarned, especially on a relationship level. It could be on an addiction level. It could be on a body level. I feel it as though if you were courted and karmically contracted and whatever the case may be, to a person, a relationship, a friend, a family member, and you knew, and you'll know. Don't try to force a message to resonate with you if it's not your message, right? This is collective energy, but you'll know. And what will happen is, if you've severed cords, if you've done the work, if you've done the banish, you've done the protect, you've done the healing, you know, all these things, you'll know, because now the door said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, these people are gone, so sorry, we're gonna have to close this door. Boom. Right? Now what's going to happen? All this energy, it's like a backlash because the low frequency did not work on the list. They wanted to hold on to the coattails, but it does not work like that. Spirit, your ancestors, your higher self, and your guides will not allow people to grab onto your coattails. They won't. So now what's going to happen, especially when Mercury goes into retrograde. Are we in pre-shadow? Shadow? We're not quite there yet, I don't think. What's going to happen is you're going to get, oh, I got a random text. Oh my gosh, I blocked that person on everything. How the heck did they find my video to make a comment on? What the heck? How is this person, did I bump into them at the grocery store? Okay? And Spirit's going to say, You need to now reinforce your boundaries. You need to now draw on that self-love that I taught you how to tuck inside of your spirit, because self-love doesn't just look like bubble baths. It doesn't just look like sitting with gemstones and buying yourself candles and bracelets. Don't get me twisted. I love my tool. I love my tools. Okay? Let's shout out to my friend Meg. I make candles myself. I make a different style, but her candles are amazing. This is her candle, Clear the Vibes. Palo Santo and sage. If you could smell it, guys. But here's what I'm saying. It also looks like when the energy says knock, knock, knock. If you've been working on your body, if you've been working on maybe your healing journey, what was manifest and releasing a lot of things from your body, dealing with a lot of things in your own health, anxiety, maybe depression, maybe literal physical body health, making your divine temple. We're spirit, dancing, and form, but we do have a 3D temple, a body. Maybe that was your journey. So maybe you're going to feel addictions, maybe food, alcohol, lack of movement, exercise, etc. Whatever the case may be, returning to habits that you know don't support your mental health, whatever the case may be. You're going to feel this energy. Maybe that's a toxic, manipulative family member. Maybe the job that you left calls you back with a bigger, better offer, and you're just like, I hated it there. It wasn't good for my mental health. It wasn't good for my spirit, the energy there. Whatever. Take it as it resonates. But I feel if the message is for you, and if you're here, then it is. You'll know exactly what that energy is coming back when the door closed, saying, knock, knock, knock. Please, please let me in. We can't. I love you, and I don't tell you anything that I don't battle on my own. I don't look in the mirror and battle on my own. When you look in the mirror and you're telling yourself you know better, so you have to do better, and that's some Virgo season energy for you, for us too. You have to know better and you do better. And that is self-love as well. That is integration. That is transmuting as well. That is emotional maturity, spiritual healing and maturity, and integrating the lesson as well. Knock, knock, knock. No, I'm sorry. I don't entertain it anymore. Because you know what? I cannot let you study off of my test and pretend that you've passed. I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else, because I know what my path is, and I'm moving up and out and forward. I'm expanding. I'm claiming I will reap what I've sown. Please excuse the dog. And that's the energy. We have to uphold energetic boundaries right now, as all these planets are moving into these big retrograde cycles, some having already been there. We've been slowly and slowly and slowly churning down to this point. It's like, again, the door. I'm seeing like you're literally walking on an airplane. We're all lined up to go, and the door is going like this. Because we're elevating. really at a rapid pace. We've been elevating at a massively rapid pace in certain soul tribes and soul troops and soul groups and clusters, etc. Since the end of 2020 and going into 2021. The door now has just been going like this. Going like this, and we're walking on, we're filed, and then boom, the door's going to come to a close. So I'm encouraging you guys to stay focused on self, to stay grounded, to do your work, make your lists, be more efficient, move your body. Huge message, like go out, be out in nature. Be grounded in nature. The sun is cleansing. The wind, the breeze blowing across your aura and your spirit is cleansing. Touching trees, being one with nature. The spirit of Gaia supports us and keeps us grounded. She always pulls the energy that we're cutting away as well back into the earth, and it gets recycled and put back into its proper stream. So the earth can be a big support for you too. I had some notes too, aside from all the retrograde energy. So what I'm saying is, it's a warning to watch out for what's going to come back and knock at your door. That you know good and damn well you have already done banishing, protection, clearing, releasing cords, cord cutting, all this work that you've been doing. Watch out for that. You know better. You love yourself more than that, and you know it. And it feels like an ancestral message of like our ancestral lineage saying sometimes when you sacrifice things and you say no to them and they hurt and they're painful, and you reinforce that and you reinforce that because you know that you're better and you know that you deserve better and you know that you have a higher calling. Sometimes walking a higher road and reaching to evolve into a higher, more powerful, more light-based, higher vibrating frequency. When you're walking on that path to do that, it requires sacrifice. It requires sacrifice, and it's hard and it's emotional, but sacrifice is self-love too, and protecting yourself from old toxic repetitive patterns, and trying to alleviate other people's karma and alleviate other people's pain while they're evolving. That's not our path. That's not our path. We did the best with what we could at the time, but when you know better, you do better. Okay, so Sun in Virgo too. What else do we have? Mercury and Jupiter retrograde. On a positive note, okay, the Sun in Virgo is gonna want us to be very practically business money minded. We need to have a critical eye, but like looking at ourselves. So that we can, again, just be more efficient. We need to look at our well-being. These are notes I made on Virgo energy. It's like a harmony and wholeness, but it needs to be within before it can continue to reverberate without. Virgo has this energy of the Buddha says chop wood, carry water, and that's a lot of the days what we do, but there can be mindfulness in a lot of those mundane practices. It brings harmony in our body to find a restful place, and it becomes a lot like a meditation when we're cleaning, when we're clearing out spaces, when we're paying attention to the food we're putting in our body. And then we're also, again, in this Virgo energy, we're also integrating lessons that we've been learning. So this will look like a very mindful in the mundane, move your body, being out in nature, again, making lists, staying focused on self, staying focused on your routine, doing the work to protect the fruit that you've harvested, right? We also have Mars in Gemini, so we're going to have a lot of mental engagement, but on a positive way, so that we don't spiral back into these mental places. And I'm thinking, and then the emotion attaches to these chaotic thoughts, and I'm thinking, I'm hurting. Why did this person message me? Why did I pass my old best friend in the store? And I'm just Mars and Gemini, and then the painfulness of trying to go back in. And then what's going to happen is we're going to shift this retrograde energy to work against us when it really could be helping us think about our creative blockages. And movement is going to be huge right now too, because energy wants to transform. So what we don't want to do is let energy stagnate. If we're into routines, if we're moving our body, if we're taking a walk, if we're dancing, if we're flowing, whatever it is that is for you. Okay, we need to move the energy, move, active movement, the beauty of the environment, maybe take a little adventure, drive off somewhere you haven't been in a while, whatever that may look like for you. Take a walk in the park, in the city, wherever you're at, I don't know. We need to release stagnant energy. This will remove creative blockages. And then Virgo has this way of kind of helping people come together and like network. And then new energy will start to kind of mesh together. And then we can make new connections. We can share perspectives, you know, Gemini's really expansive, open mind. So the Mars energy, if we take it in the right direction, if we're reading, if we're learning, if we're conversing with new people, if we're putting ourselves out in beautiful places that make us smile and kind of making an adventure out of seeing who we might bump into and expand with mentally. That's how the energy can serve us better instead of spiraling us into very unproductive places. So, just wanted to chit chat with you guys. Spirit felt like, I just felt like it's been a warning across the collective, you know, various tarot readers, various astrologers, channelers, and all these people, light workers, excuse me, energetic healers, you know, all these people that I respect. It's been a ripple in the collective as these planets are going into retrograde, like a whoop, whoop, you know, saying, warning, you're on the plane, you're getting ready to load up, your ticket was checked and you passed. Wonderful job. But there are going to be people knocking on that door that couldn't get in. So you take heed to that, okay? Don't let it fuck up your mental space for September. It's Mabon season. We're getting close to the autumn equinox. It's amazing. It's beautiful energy. We're in a space right now. You remember on the Wheel of the Year, if you'll remember, if you were a Celtic, a druid, a nomadic human, you know, traveling, farming in the harvest season, you would be celebrating a mode of like Thanksgiving right now. And Mabon season is all about the thankfulness of a lot of the fruit, the literal fruit. Think of the apple and the harvest. So we can focus our mind on that. But unfortunately, here's what happens when we're elevating into higher frequency. We're doing our shadow work, our spirit work. We're holding ourselves accountable. We're elevating, right? And anyone can do it. It's a choice of what you want to do in your work. Okay? The thing is you cannot elevate and look back. You know, it's like I'm reaching one hand. You can't see my other hand, but it's like that one little hand that wants to look back and say, but they can't come. No. No. And it does evoke emotion. It evokes emotion in me too, because we can't save everybody. We can't do their shadow work for them. We can't transmute their karma for them. We cannot make people evolve or be more emotionally mature or deal with their own shadow. And what's amazing though is you actually hurt people when you hold on to them more. But if you can let them go, it's going to teach them lessons that we can't understand when we try to keep letting them energetically, spiritually, emotionally ride on our coattails and pull off our test and everything like that. Actually letting them go may help them grow and process their karma and their choices and transmute their pain and suffering into wisdom more than you'd ever know. We may sometimes be blocking the progression of their soul, you know, by doing the opposite. So I feel the emotion. I have the emotion. I feel yours too in my spirit right now. I have my hand on my heart. It's tough. It is tough. I know it is. See, we have the Ten of Wands. Look at that, you know, because we can't, we understand that we have developed, people don't become kings like overnight. You know, all right. I know some of you are like, well, technically, yes, okay. But you know what I'm saying? This is not the king's first fucking rodeo. The king has been around, okay? He's been through some shit. He's seen some things. Now he has a higher level of wisdom and clarity. His third eye chakra is open. His crown is open. Do you see the butterfly above the king? He's been through enough chrysalis to understand his own unique wisdom. So we're called to sit in our King of Swords, in our third eye, in our understanding. Let our spirit guides, our higher self, our ancestors, and our team bless us with the wisdom we need to, this is that energy I'm talking about. We're not 10 of wandsing it. This is the end of that cycle, the number 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. We're going to start over the new cycle because we've evolved to a King of Swords status, okay? We're not a page. We are not honey. Child, look back from 2021 all the way now into 2022. It's fucking September. I saw a meme the other day. It was like, August just did a mini drive-by, and it feels so accurate. But listen, we are the king. We are not the page. Okay, we're not carrying. We will not. We cannot get on the plane carrying everyone else's wands. We can't. And we're not meant to. That does not help people grow and evolve, and it does not help the karma. It does not help the collective. It doesn't. That would be like, imagine somebody letting a doctor ride off of their test all through college. The doctor becomes a doctor, right? But he doesn't know anything. Did that person who let them cheat and ride and escape their lessons and even the failed test, passing the test, but none of it mattered because then the doctor was hurting people? No, it doesn't work like that. Just doesn't. You know. And then we have the moon and the 9 of Pentacles. Again, 9 of Pentacles, Mabon season. We are looking back and we are reflecting on how hard we worked to become the King of Swords, to gain that wisdom, to gain that clarity. And then the moon is facing your fears. I feel like that is the energy of saying we're going to trust our intuition. We have to face and understand the things that we need to let go and not fear maybe the emotions that we're going to have to experience behind that. You know, 7 of Pentacles. So we have the 7 and the 9 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles reminding us the 7 of Pentacles is a big gratitude card as well as the 9. We paused in the cycles of our work to reflect on everything we've been doing and why am I doing this and why did I start it to begin with. And then we come to the 9 of Pentacles and we get to celebrate in gratitude. And again, this is her falcon on her hand. Your ancestors and your guides, your spirits that surround you are watching you all the time, and you're not alone. You don't have anything to be afraid of with the moon. The fears aren't real. Because when we stand in the light, when we stand in higher frequency and we're divinely guided, our heart chakra and our alignment speaks ahead of us. It goes ahead of us. So that means we have to keep walking forward. Okay, but not in fear. Look at that, the star. Hey, it's me. I'm an Aquarius, sun and moon sign. The star is refreshing you with hope. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. When you know better, you do better. You are still aligned. This is confirmation of alignment of you being on the right path. Please continue to walk forward with hope in your heart. And it almost feels like, too, with these cards right here, it's like if you choose to lay these down, you can stay aligned. But if you don't, here on the shadow on the bottom, you're going to fall into the seat of disillusionment. So please choose wisely with the King of Swords here. 4 of Swords, thank you. We always need this reminder that it's okay to rest. Yes, we are in Virgo season, I know, and we can always practice balance, but we can make time to rest. We can make time to be supported by the universe so that we don't burn out and overwork ourselves. I know I'm hearing intuitively something like, I can't sleep. I know the feeling, but it's important that we take care of ourselves. We matter first and foremost before anything else, okay? You know, it's a good balance between that mindfulness and the mundane and list and evaluating things. And it is that season definitely in September, again, the second leg of the harvest season. But let's weave in time to rest and recuperate as well as we wind down, probably more towards like the end of September going into October. I love that we have the Star and the Magician, because you know what? The Magician is a good reminder. You're on the right path, but be reminded that you still have free will and you create your own destiny. You literally create your own reality. So you need to think really carefully about the reality that you're creating. And if you're the king, if we have evolved to be the kings at this point and we are guided ultimately by our higher self and our higher consciousness, and I know where we come from. You remember where you come from too. So we need to be careful the life that we're manifesting, because we all have free will and choices. And we shift the timelines and repeat certain contracts, repeat certain lessons, repeat certain things when we make those choices. So let's please refer back to Seven of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles to the Moon. Remember when you were studying for the test and you were working really hard, please don't fail the same questions again, because what's going to happen is your higher self, your ancestors, your spirit guides are going to say it's okay. They're just not ready to receive part of this ancestral blessing in this part of their purpose yet. So what we're going to need to do is have them study some more, so it looks like they need another lesson so that they can receive another test, so we can check off some of these boxes that have not been passed. So the Magician is a reminder that you're manifesting your own reality with every choice, but it's also a reminder of, see these pentacles down here? You have everything you need in your environment, the earth, the spirit of Gaia. In your current reality, your divine dancing in form, in your current reality, you've been blessed with everything that you need around you right now. So remember that too, okay? What is present right in front of you? And you can look at that when you hear that knock on the door, instead of turning back to think about what's not. It's a perception in your paradigm shifting is important too. You got to be careful with the moon influence in your perception, okay? That's fears and disillusionment on the shadow side of the moon. But on a higher frequency of the moon, it's reminding you to trust your intuition, okay? Because you know, again, we're the king, we're not the page. This ain't no page level stuff here, okay? It's just not. The Seven of Cups, I feel like, again, is a warning, and I'm going to place it down here with the moon. It's a warning about those things knocking, all these planets going in retrograde. Just be careful. Do not sit in disillusionment. If it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. What is it, family? Please. We're trusting our intuition. Y'all, it's a duck. It's a duck as hell, okay? We again, we're not on duck level. We're on King of Swords level. Okay, we're on Magician and Star level. This is our lineage. This is our ancestry. This is our line. This is our line of family, even in the etheric realms. Okay, in the cosmos. This is where we come from. Do we really need to take a test where we open that Pandora's box again? Y'all, I'm gonna tell you. Look, it's like a ghost shrouded and cloaked. Look at the snake coming down. It's almost like hanging behind it. You guys, don't pull the hood off that cup again, please. And Spirit's going to be like, shit. Oh, man. It makes me think of Scooby-Doo, and they pull the thing off the villain and like, it was blah, blah, blah the whole time. No, this is going backwards. We don't want to do that. Everyone has free will, and I love you all, and it all will serve the evolving collective, the frequency, the learning, the integration, right? But I just feel like Spirit is really trying to encourage you here that, oh my gosh, we should be passing this part of the test right now. Let's please not loop back. Okay? Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So we don't, the Four of Pentacles feels like kind of hanging on to something when we should be letting it go. Okay, and I don't really think it needs to be elaborated on more than that. And the Five of Wands. Okay, we've already sat in the 5 energy, Last year, 2 plus 2 plus 1 was 5. That was our 5 year of mental conflict, of emotional mental conflict and challenges where we fought out a lot of this. We studied a lot last year. This year is a 222, okay? This is a 6 year. We are not going back to this 5 of Wands energy. I love you guys very much. Thank you if you chilled with me all the way till the end. Sitting here chit-chatting, opening up September the 1st together. I want to wish you love and redirect your attention to the Star and the Magician, because we're so divinely guided. Our soul family, the lineage of an ancestral blessing, the gods, the ancestors, our higher self, all walk with us at all times, and we're manifesting our reality, and we have a responsibility as we do so. That's why we're so divinely guided. So I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day as you prepare to go into your weekend, and that you get outside, let the sunshine hit your face, let the wind blow in your hair, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.